Now, I've said this many times on the podcast. When it comes to third party, I've always been kind of on the fence with a lot of stuff. But when third party does things that Hasbro or Takara will not do, then you got my attention. And I feel that that's what third party should always be tackling, not just from Transformers, but from any toy line. Do the stuff that official companies have never done, whether it be, for certain characters that just they felt were not marketable for retail or something like that. And here's another good example of it. The company of Transcraft, a new third-party company originating out of China, has shown one of their first molds and concepts of that of Moxigan. Now, who is this Moxigan? What is this design? Well, Takara, Hasbro, whatever you want to call it, when the movie of The Last Knight came out, there was a character called Mohawk, one of these Decepticon characters that apparently was captured by the humans, but was released, and now he was part of Decepticons, and he was actually kind of killed off fairly quickly. The Last Knight didn't have a very successful toy line, so it didn't get into many waves, and as a result, we never got around to finally getting a Mohawk figure. Now, that doesn't stop third party from filling the gaps, and this is great because this Moxigan, which is a masterpiece scale, The Last Knight Mohawk, it stands 12 centimeters and will fit in scale with the other movie masterpiece toys. Not so much the studio series, but more with the movie masterpiece scale. And this is really cool because when you get a really good look at it and you look at the animation model compared to what is the product here, it looks really, really good, especially the way that the alt mode matches the Confederate motorcycle that Mohawk is based on. Mohawk is specifically a Confederate motorcycle 2016 P-51 combat fighter. I know it sounds like a jet, but that's literally what it was. It was a custom motorcycle that I think they only made 60 of them in the world or something. And he was just kind of based off that. Michael Bay likes to promote all kinds of weird one-off or weird kind of special exclusive vehicles in his movie. He makes it look nice and sexy. That's just his name of the game. And Mohawk was based off of that kind of design. And Transcraft did a very good job at capturing that alt mode and that robot mode, that very unique looking Mohawk-like robot mode on top of that. So that's really cool that we finally have some kind of figure, considering that Hasbro really at this point has shown no interest of ever revisiting that character. And I know for the longest time, like people just, especially when The Last Knight was over, clearly the toy line was dead at that point after 2.5 waves. A lot of people are just going like, well, what do I do for my movie display of The Last Knight characters? And for the longest time, people were just going, oh, get Transformers 2010. 2010 was the sub-name of a line that kind of happened in between Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon. There was a movie toy character called Brimstone, which turned into a motorcycle. And it kind of had the similar colors, kind of had that similar, very unique, toothy kind of robot face. It was unique enough that it was kind of everyone's stand-in for Mohawk. And now it looks like they'll be able to have something in this case that's of a third-party nature. We have no price at the moment, or a release date or anything. But at least we know that this is something that's coming in the near future, and people will be able to pick it up to fit your masterpiece display. And that's kind of the evolution of Transformer toys at the moment. It seems that more people are abandoning more of the mainline retail stuff and leaning more towards the high-end masterpiece because of the decrease in, I don't want to say quality, but amount of effort and engineering and plastic put into retail product because of its aimed demographic, where the masterpiece is more for the higher end and the more monetary spending collector, if you will. So that's all great, and it looks really cool, and I dig it. I mean, again, third party, filling in the gaps of stuff that Hasbro Takara have not done, that's what I'm up for, and will never do in a lot of ways. I don't know if they'll revisit Mohawk. Mohawk seems like a character that maybe will be a limited pack-in, not as impressive studio series character, if anything. But a masterpiece scale, I don't see that being in Takara or Hasbro's future. So this is really cool. I dig it a lot. Definitely check this out. And again, by the way, sorry you guys for the past couple of days having no posts. Again, I was in Ottawa. I was doing Fanaticon. If anyone saw some of my posts online, me and PJ Phil were rocking it with the robots in the skies and talking about Shogun Warriors. So thanks again for the patience of the lack of segments the past couple of days. My voice is also still a little hoarse and gone from it, but that's what happens when you go to cons. Meet people, greet people, yell over people. It's all awesome. So Thanks again.